What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P2F. I'm back here with another Inazuma 11 Victory Road video. So yesterday when I made that patch update video, I did say I'd make another update video once the full patch notes come out, and they have come out now, so we're going to go over them. Also, there's been some talk from the devs because obviously everyone's been very up in arms about this update, so there is going to be some changes and reversions to the changes. So in this video, I'm going to just quickly recap the stuff we talked about yesterday, then talk about some of the stuff that I left out because it was just a quick video, mainly talking about the teams, and then we're going to talk about the new patch that's coming soon, when it drops, and what they're changing back to how it was and what's going to be different. So let's get straight into this. Okay guys, so the first change, you might have noticed that you've got a lot of on stars that you didn't used to have. This is because they've added a new feature to Chronicle mode. Every time you complete a route unlock battle for the first time, you'll get 5 bond stars. So for each node on the map, this is a node, you'll be able to get 5 bond stars. So if you've not completed Chronicle yet, this is a great time to go grind that. Do that now. Okay, so next up, they did add the advanced win feature, which is pretty much in free matches and Chronicle mode. If you score 4 goals in the first half, it's going to end at half time. You need to enable this in the settings, so I'll show you where it is. We're going to come down to the bottom of match display settings, and it's advantage win here. Make sure you turn this on. Also, I'd recommend turning on high speed commander mode. So you have to get 4 goals in the first half and have a 4-goal lead when the half happens, and then the game will just instantly end. If you do only manage to get 3 goals in the first half, then instead the second half will start from about 15 minutes into it, so it'll be half the time. So this is a great feature for grinding. Make sure you take advantage of this when you're doing your passive farms, etc. Okay guys, next up is the big anticipated change for ranked, and I must say after this has been added, the quality of my ranked matches has been way better. Everyone's been playing as they have to because they can't do AI commander mode. Because what they've done here is they've separated it into 2 ladders. So we have commander ladder here, where you use your AI, it's completely fine. So people who want AFK bond stars can farm here, and then ranked match, commander mode is going to be disabled, so you can get actually good quality matches. One other thing they did add with this, they added a setting in lobby match to not allow commander mode. So let me create a lobby real quick and show you guys an example. So as you see here, they added this new one here, allow commander, so you can decide whether you want commander mode allowed in your custom lobbies or not. So this is a great change for the future of ranked. But we're going to now, let's get into the changes I didn't talk about yesterday, and also the new change to the manager passive system. So we've got some bug changes here. Fixed a bug that some selected characters may not be played in the Ryman match in story chapter 9. That's great. Next up, fixed a bug where passive participant in the game with a manager badge or manager badge attached, the passive effect of the manager is activated instead of the passive effects of the player. All right, that's another great thing to change. Didn't even know that were an issue. Subquest bubble in teachers football training. Fixed a bug that may cause a crash when you're doing this quest. Another great fix. Fixed a bug that would sometimes cause a crash during dark after a match in the Chronicle battle route. When opening the drop rate confirmation screen in the Chronicle battle route, fixed a bug that caused a crash, and then other bugs have been fixed. So what do they mean by this? So as far as I can tell, bugs that we know 100% have been patched. They patched the bean bug from story mode, which was when you could just infinitely surrender and get the beans from story mode. And they have also gone ahead and patched the spirit market glitch, where people are like switching between tabs and getting loads of copies of broken gear. So 2 good changes there. There'll probably some other hidden changes we don't know about. Let me know down below if you've found any other changes. So right now we've covered everything else. It's time for the big one. So if you watched my video yesterday, or if you just load up the game, you will have noticed that all managers and coordinators did get their passives took off them and went back to just their default passives, and you can no longer edit them, as I'll show you here. As you can see, you can't edit them anymore. But what you can do is you can use, say, a player and then turn them into a manager, and then you can put passives on them, as I have done with Fate here. But the passives you are going to be able to get for these players are going to have half the values of the ones we had on the proper managers and coordinators. So people were really up in arms about this because people spend countless hours farming passives just to have them all taken away from us. So level 5 have made a response to this, so we're going to go ahead and read that right now. So let me get that up. Okay, so we got this post from level 5. As you can see here, it's fully in Japanese, so I'm going to go ahead and translate this using ChatGPT, as Google Translate is sometimes a bit iffy with these, so you're better off using ChatGPT because the translations are normally more accurate. So first up, we have noticed an apology regarding requests about manager/coach passive skills. So in version 1.4 and version 1.41, in the recent update, we made changes so that fixed manager/coach passives could no longer be removed. After receiving user feedback, we would like to explain the situation and inform you of the update planned for next patch. So about the specification of fixed manager/coach patches, we changed the specification so that fixed passives originally attached to coaches/managers could no longer be removed. Under the previous incorrect specification, it was possible to remove fixed passives and freely replace them. So what they're saying is we were never meant to be able to take the passives off the manager, which does kind of make sense because you can already farm the worst versions of passives in free battle. Why would that even be a thing if you could just change the manager passives? Some people are saying it was intended, but I don't know, like, why would that other system already exist in the game if you were meant to do it anyway, right? So I don't know. They were saying this causes issues to as tactics activation chaining. This was when people was getting really, really high tactic cooldown reduction, so they could just spam tactics. Abnormal tension game, and then players exceeded intended parameter caps. I think that's referring to Justice. I don't know why they don't want to name Justice by name. Probably because they know how absolutely busted that is. This patch didn't make it any worse though. Justice is still the best in the game, even in this current mid-patch situation we're in, because everything got nerfed by exactly the same amount. So Justice is still just as good as it used to be. The numbers are just a bit less, but it doesn't make any difference. Like, I'm playing some games today, and people who've maxed out the Justice passives already, their teams are just as broken as they were before. So, of course, due to all these changes, they decided that they would implement a fix to prevent removing fixed passives. But now they're saying, however, after reviewing user feedback and considering everyone's play experience, we decided that leaving the fix as is would cause significant inconvenience. Therefore, we have decided to reconsider and adjust the system as follows. So if you guys don't know what this means they saw everyone going crazy on Twitter and Reddit and thought, oh crap, all our players are mad. We're going to have to do something about this. So now let's talk about what they're going to do in the next patch and when it's coming. So, number one, fixed manager and coach passives will return to the previous system where they can be removed. So this is the big thing. So we're going to be able to now equip the custom passives on our managers again. So that's a good change, but it's going to be a bit different. So number two, to prevent the previous issue, we will introduce upper limits based on the number of passives installed. So there's 3 examples here. I'm going to talk about what they mean. So the first one's saying cap on reaching 100% success rate. So the other 2, I definitely knew what they meant, but this one is a bit iffy. So I speak to a few people in Discord, and we think that it might have been possible to get a guaranteed 100% breach rate by using certain things such as like breach caches, etc. So that'll be removed now, but the other 2 are the ones that people are going to be knowing more. So they're going to have a cap on reaching a 0% foul rate. So this is for rough play teams. If you got the thing high enough, then it would be a 0% chance of fouling, right? So you could just constantly slide, power dash, and there's nothing the enemy could really do other than try and get you in a focus battle. So that's a good change. And then the other one's cap on other parameters. So this is going to be for the other stuff such as Justice and the other passives. So all this is going to mean, I think they're going to have a limit per typing on the percentage you can get for Justice. So for now with Justice, you can get up to like 77, maybe a bit higher. So I'm assuming they're going to, when they revert it, they're going to add a limit on how high it can actually be. What that is, we don't know yet. So that'll be up to speculation. But it's not just Justice, it's every type of passive is going to now have some type of internal cap limit. So once you have that many passives, up to that number, extra passives are not going to add any more percentage onto your team's chances. They're saying these limits will ensure correct balance even after the passives are removable again. So for the sliding one specifically, what I think this is going to mean is they're going to make it so even if you, no matter what your percentage to decrease foul rate is, there's always going to be a certain lock chance of a foul, no matter what. Okay, so next up, important notes. During the transition period before the next patch, fixed passives will remain in the cannot be removed state. So we're going to have this for quite a while, so you're going to want to be go farming the other types of passives. I'm going to make a video tomorrow talking about where you can get the coordinator and manager passives for tension, rough play, and Justice. I'm going to only cover them 3 because the other 2 are pretty bad right now, so I don't think anyone's really going to want to farm them. I could make a follow-up video with them 2 after, but just going to focus on them ones for now. So that'll be coming out tomorrow, so look forward to that. So next thing, we would share more information about the next patch once details are finalized. So please be careful until then when adjusting managers / coordinators. So what this means is some people will just getting rid of their managers / coordinators, retiring them after the patch. Don't do that, because we are going to get all our custom passives that were removed from us back in the next update. But if we have got rid of any of these players, then we're not going to get the passives back. So make sure you're keeping all your managers that you had pre-patch in your team or in your bank. Just make sure you don't retire them, because you're not going to get the passives back then. Whatever they had on them is going to be gone. They're also saying as compensation for this issue, we're going to be distributing compensation items. I don't know what that's going to mean. We're probably just going to get some like boots or something knowing level 5. If you guys have been getting the daily rewards every day, you'll know they've all been complete trash. So not holding out much for that one. And then here's the next one. The next survey will be held on December 12th. But this may change depending on circumstances. So I also think this means we are going to be getting the update on December 12th. So hopefully we've got about a week of the game in this state. So it's definitely going to be worth it to farm the new types of passives until then. Also with the new caps, I don't know if it's going to be worth it to have these new passives anyway. So I'd definitely be going ahead and farming them. They've also said, we sincerely apologise for inconvenience caused and for not adequately considering the impact of players' gameplay experience. We will continue striving to improve the game and respond to player feedback responsibly. So guys, that's everything that changed in the new update. So anyone who was really upset about all the stuff that you lost, you are going to be getting it back. You're just going to have to wait about 10 days. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video.